Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Three Not So Wise Men. I'm Austin.
I'm Krais.
And I'm Jyck.
And today, we have the prompt of create a natural disaster movie.
Yay!
So, one thing before we get started, we do have to clarify that we acknowledge that people down in the southern states are still feeling the effects of hurricanes Milton and Helen. And out of respect for those people and everyone that was affected by it, we are not going to be doing a hurricane prompt or a tsunami prompt.
Yes.
That being said, we're still opening the floor to tornadoes, wildfires, snowstorms, earthquakes, that kind of stuff. So if you have any problems with that or any of this might be triggering for you, this might not be the episode for you. That being said, we're still going to try to keep things fun and lighthearted, and we hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, how are y'all feeling about the natural disaster pitch?
I'm kind of looking forward to this. I have a really fun idea, personally.
I think I do too. I'm going to take a unique approach to it, and you'll see what I mean. But I'm not a fan of disaster movies personally, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I need to see the new Twister because everyone I know and their cousin and their dog and their left cousin, twice removed from the vampire that they knew down the street, told me to go watch this movie.
Yes, I did say go watch this movie. It was really good. It was really good. It made me want to go chase tornadoes.
Yeah.
But I think it was partially because of this movie that it made us feel like, hey, there might be a new market for disaster movies since there haven't been a whole lot in the past couple of years. Yeah. And it's just, let's put our pitches into what we would like to see as a disaster movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That being said, any of y'all got anything before we get into it?
For disaster movies, I've seen San Andreas.
San Andreas. Okay.
My disaster will be monkeys. No, I'm kidding.
So Planet of the Apes, like the new
Yes,
versions.
I'm actually doing Planet of the Apes.
Okay, let's see. Obviously, I've seen Twisters.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the original Twister movie. Mm-hmm. Volcano, Armageddon, Deep Impact. I've seen a bunch of disaster movies.
Yeah.
So
yeah, mine's a twist on raining cats and dogs.
What about squirrels?
We don't talk about the squirrels.
All right. Well,
squirrels, Morty.
You fuck with my squirrels, Morty.
I can't go back to the squirrels.
All right.
They took too much from me.
All right. With that note, let's get started. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. And time.
Woo! I'm looking good.
Good. Glad someone knows.
Jyck, how
I
you
was
feeling?
right until the last second. Y'all were done a little earlier.
Yeah,
I had 30 seconds left.
I had 30 seconds left, and it was like, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
This is probably my least favorite pitch I've made.
There we go.
But, it is what it is. I think it's a good idea or concept.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think I'm the right guy to execute it.
There we go.
Yeah,
all right.
fair enough.
All right. So, shall we see who's going to go first?
Yeah, let's hear it. Who goes first?
All right. Here we go. Jyck, you get to go first again.
Okay.
2 episodes in a row.
I was kind of hoping really not to, but we'll find.
Oh, it was pretty close to going on Krais again.
Yeah, that's
I was
right.
a little disappointed.
I need to tally up how many times you've gone first, Austin. It's not been that many.
I would love to see like a grid, like a point buy system of like what the situation's been in every episode. Like who's gone first, second, and third.
Oh.
Like every episode, how many times.
Let's put it together. We'll put that together.
That might be fun.
That'll be interesting to look at.
Yeah.
All right. Following Jyck will be...
Prediction. It's me.
It's going to be Austin.
Krais, are you a genie? Or
Or am I just wrong all the time?
Is it both?
Yes, I can grant 3 wishes, and the first wish is a small loan of $1 million. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was really hoping for it. I was hoping that was my future. But I guess that means me third again.
Yeah.
Wow, same order.
Yes, same order.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay then. Well, Jyck, you want to kick us off?
Yeah.
No, but I gotta.
All right, blow us away.
All right. I'm going... Oh, I just got that. Because it's a natural disaster. Wind, I get... Okay, yeah, okay. Such a faulty joke.
God damn it.
Natural disasters. What's the disaster? The three not-so-wise men make puns the whole episode. All right, Jack, what do you got for us?
All right. I'm going to tell you the title of this movie, and you guys are going to understand my premise or what's going on.
That as do most natural disaster movies.
Ready? Zoo-nado.
Oh my
Zoo-nado?
God, yes. Yes, Jack. Yes. Yes!
Are you doing Sharknado,
But
but
a
the whole
zoo.
zoo?
I told y'all would hate... I said y'all would hate this.
Oh my God. I love this. This is perfect.
You know what? Don't even hear the rest. I'm
No, I'm sold. It's a perfect pitch. Oh my God.
Oh my God! It's a zoo-nado!
Honestly, this is probably the most this is probably the the plot I had the least trouble with. It just kept going and I had no problem. I'm like, why? I was like, why is this coming so
A few moments later.
No, you don't understand. I'm just seeing so many scenes go on in my head, and it's so funny.
Just wait, dude.
Oh shit! There goes the snakes. Not the penguins. No, shit, the giraffe.
Okay.
I think I have the best pitch and all I did was say the name of the
Alright, come on, Jack. What do you got for this?
Alright.
I'm crying.
So I don't need to I don't need to explain it anymore. If you, I guess. So for anyone who hasn't seen or somehow not heard of Sharknado, essentially, a tornado whips through a zoo and picks up animals that are now flying around in this tornado. This movie is definitely not to be taken seriously. It's absolutely ridiculous comedy. Keep that in mind going forward. None of this is supposed to be remotely
Wait,
realistic.
this isn't a drama? This isn't going to win Best Picture at the Oscars? God,
I didn't say that. It's just not going to win category.
Today, comedy wins Best Picture at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like, at this level of comedy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Absolutely none of this is to be taken seriously. All right. So, let's just run through the movie, because I just wrote down a list of characters and then wrote the scenes, or some of the scenes. So let's go through this. All right. Zach, a meteorologist, is calling his wife, Sally, who is taking their daughter, May, to the zoo. Zach has to finish up work, but he's going to join them shortly. Beth, one of the zookeepers, is noticing the animals are starting to act a little weird. And Liam, her co-worker, who's also obviously infatuated with her, even though she clearly has no feelings for him, just saying she's just a little paranoid, let's focus on the job. Hey, maybe we can go out to dinner after type of thing. However, right before Zach leaves, he sees a warning on his tornado indicator saying that a big tornado is coming, and he tries to get a hold of Sally, but she's too busy with May watching some of the animals, and her phone's like away. All of a sudden, the tornado picks up almost out of nowhere, hits the zoo, and all these animals are picked up into it, and it's just going. Sally and May end up being trapped in a tiger cage with the tiger still in there, but Beth comes in and rescues them.
I can't drink water this entire pitch. I'm so lightheaded.
Yeah. After they're saved, just let me know if you need a laugh break. After Beth saves them, Zach is able to get a hold of Sally, and basically says, "Let's meet back home and get in the basement." But the roads are closed due to the Zoonado and the fact that escaped animals are everywhere. So then we get a scene of Zach walking to the zoo, where the others are currently camped out in an underground shelter, and he encounters a cheetah who was thrown nearby him. After a very short chase, he escapes the cheetah by climbing up a stoplight pole. And he's just looking down, he's like, I can't jump! might be able to run fast, but you can't jump. And then and then the cheater just kind of sits there and he's like, I'm going to be up here a while, aren't I?
10 hours go by.
The tornado comes and picks up.
Oh my god!
Alright. Safe at the zoo, Liam professes his love for Beth, saying that they should spend their final moments together. Beth, 1, says, back off, bro. And 2, says, they're gonna be fine. We're underground. It's safe. And then Sally gets a call from Zach, who's watching the tornado from the top of the light pole. And he's going, guys, it's coming your way. Wait, nope, it turned. Wait, it's coming back. Nope. Oh, you're good. Wait, it's coming back. Stay on the ground. Oh, nope, it's going again. And then we see this going on for a few minutes. Finally, the tornado hits the zoo, picking up more animals and ends up releasing a bunch of snakes into the room that they are hiding out in. Liam helps them get through these blocked doors and says, go on, I'll buy you some time. That's like, those aren't dangerous snakes. They're not poisonous. There's no constrictor. Come on, let's go. No! Save yourself!
Just grab the snake and start punching it. Save yourself! Bit me!
Beth, fed up with this idiot, just leads the other two away. Zach finally gets to the zoo, but looks around, and the zoo's intact. Everything's fine. He's at the wrong zoo. Then the zoo-nado...
8 hours later.
Keep going!
Okay, so he's at the zoo, and he realizes, as soon as he realizes it's the wrong zoo, the zoo-nado crashes through it.
A few moments later.
Listeners, it is now just Jack the Not-So-Wise-Man. I killed the other two with my comedy.
And you were worried you didn't have enough energy for this episode?
This was not, there was no effort in this one. It's the best reaction I've gotten.
It's the best pitch you've ever written!
I'm so
best,
pissed off.
the best pitch you've ever written! I can't even Where are you? I can't. I'm so fucking I can't.
Let me show you guys my, quote, best pitch I've ever done.
Oh my god!
Zoo-nado! We had to take a laugh break. Multiple.
Please, I can't do it anymore. It's so fucking good.
Alright, please let me have pause still.
No, it's going. I have worked so hard on so many pitches that I love. And the one I don't care about at all.
Oh my! It's so good. It's so good.
8 hours later.
Okay, I'm good.
Alright, Jack, please continue.
Where was I? Okay. So Zach finally gets to a zoo, and it's fine. It's intact.
No, skip.
But it's the wrong zoo.
Okay.
I didn't even finish the scene. But it's the wrong zoo. And the zoo-nado goes through it, this one.
Oh, there it is.
And Zach gets caught in the center of it, and he's dodging lions, crocodiles, penguins, flying all around him. Then the next scene, Sally is driving May and Beth being the zookeeper, in case people are losing track of the names. Sally is driving May and Beth to get to a place that's supposed to be safe. And along the way, they are stopped by a bull who is sitting in the middle of the road. A matador situation happens.
Please tell me that the vehicle they're driving is red, like
Yes.
very bright. Thank you.
Yes. Basically a bullfighter situation happens. Krais is doing his best.
Olay!
Yeah.
Don't make me do it again.
Um,
My voice is gone.
So yeah, a matador situation happens where they do it, and then the bull gets trapped in something for a second, enough for them to get away. So finally we get to Zach reunites with Sally and May and Beth in the basement of a hospital. And after a sweet, happy, tender moments between them, the Zoonado is heard rumbling, and the sound of monkeys running through the halls upstairs is heard. And finally the monkeys get into the basement, but everything's fine, they're just kind of chilling, hanging out. Until a monkey accidentally releases laughing gas into the air.
No, you didn't. You fucking did it.
I did.
Dexter, no! Bad Dexter!
Clever girl. God.
There's definitely going to be a line. They learned how to open doors as they're cracking up. Yeah. From the laughing gas.
Oh my god.
After an insane escape, everyone gets into the car again. And then Thomas, Zach's co-worker, who would have been seen in the first scene, calls him and claims to have a solution and they need to head back to the lab. On the way there, they run into the same bull, but this time...
Is he gonna make eyes so it knows that's the same bull, or is he gonna some sort of distinctive mark on the bull?
It's just going to be the only bull in the movie.
There's not even bulls in zoos. There's no bulls in a single zoo in the United States of America.
I know.
Easy, Bessie.
Yeah.
It's just easy, Bessie. Easy.
Starts doing the Jurassic World.
Bye, Bessie. Bye, Bessie.
Yep. Okay, so they run into the same bull, but this time Beth is driving, and they just turn and drive off. So
Oh my god, are you...
So they have the intense stare down again, but Beth's just like, oh, this guy, and turns and goes. Alright.
Oh my god.
They finally reach the lab, and Thomas says that if they can get his device in the center of the tornado and activate it, the Zoonado will disperse and go away. So, Tommy, Sally, Beth, and Zach head out to do this, and May is left alone in the lab. After a moment where May gives a very questioning look to her parents for leaving her alone in a disaster, a pig strolls in. And she just kind of sits and chats with the pig for a second.
What?
As this happens, it cuts between this and Thomas driving his Storm Chaser's car, the one where they lower down.
I'm sorry, I just went back to the pig. It's like, why is Miss Piggy in here?
Yeah. So, yeah. So there's a
When
pig
pigs
that wanders
walk.
in. So he has this really decked out, really cool, he thinks is cool, Storm Chaser's car. And then he's driving it through up to the Zoonado.
Please tell me it's like
As
the
this
shittiest
happened-
car.
Huh?
It's just like the shittiest car ever. Please tell me.
It's like an actual Storm Chaser's car, but
Okay.
the decorations are horrible and gaudy and like the most cringe-worthy thing ever. And then we have a tense moment of them they're whirling around all these flying animals, dodging things, and then it's cut to May just like talking to the big pig about her parents and how insane they are for leaving her here. It's just cutting between these two shots of that. Ah, it's a lion duck! Ah! Yeah, and then one time they left me at home when they went on vacation. And it just cuts between that. And then finally they get to the center of the tornado. And as they do that, Sally gets a call from May. And Sally picks up and goes, we're a little busy, sweetie. Can I call you back? Yeah, Mom, I just wanted to let you know. Porky found the device here at the lab. They look, and the device is not in the car. And then they start screaming at each other. You forgot the device? I'm driving the car. It's not my job to remember the device. And May goes, "It's okay, Porky's on the way." What? And then, they all yell, "Who's Porky?" The tornado passes past, goes past them, they're parked. And then we see a pig running in slow motion with the device on its back, going, and then and then there's like this head-on chase where the Zoonado and the pig are heading towards each other, and the Zoonado wraps around the pig. There's a moment of silence, and then the Zoonado slowly disperses, and the animals start falling.
Please tell me.
When you say that Porky's on its way, I picture the tornado that picked up Porky and Porky just circled around the car.
Nope.
After driving.
We need this dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
And then oink oink.
So now that the storm is stopped, they all just kind of sit there and watch the animals fall all around them. And then I ran out of time. We had like 10 seconds left for my final scene. I just wrote, "Oh well, animals everywhere now."
No, wait, hold on. I have to see this. Let me see this computer. Let me see this. No, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah. Oh well, animals everywhere now. That's what I wrote. I had 10 seconds left. I had to write it.
Oh my
It
god!
somehow.
You had such a missed opportunity, being like, "Damn, when pigs fly."
No, that's what happens when Charlotte passes by.
Oh my god!
There will be a pig flying at some point.
Okay,
but it's just
thank
not
God.
working. There's so many opportunities, but that's what I wrote down.
Oh my god!
And I was just writing from start to finish. I was like, oh, I'll go back and add a little more details about the characters when I'm done with the plot. But we had, again, 10 seconds, and I wrote, "Oh, well, animals everywhere now." I literally looked up animals at a zoo, and I was trying to, like, angle it so neither of you could see why I had the Kansas City Zoo website up. And I was like, if they look at this,
No,
why...
trust me, the Zoonado was a curveball.
It was
was not expecting that.
Okay,
All right,
I can't.
I'm done. All right. Feedback.
Austin, I can't go right now. I can't. My brain needs time to process.
I don't want to do my pitch. I can't top that. So
Thank you for listening to the 3 Nuts About.
We're done. We're done. We can't top that. We can't top that.
That's
best pitch of the year right there.
Best pitch. Best pitch. Oh my god.
But no, honestly, I don't have a whole lot of notes. This is just a lot of fun.
Oh my god.
I know with a lot of disaster movies, we were trying, like, I was kind of hoping with this pitch it would be more the serious stuff, but you went so outlandishly crazy that you topped Sharknado, which literally has a guy taking a chainsaw and jumping inside a shark to kill it as it flies at him, and then and even that goes crazy when they go to space with it. Yep. And somehow you managed to top that just by throwing, hey, what if I just did the whole fucking zoo?
You know those fucking TikTok videos where he's like, all right, we're gonna make a movie. All right, give me a word, zoo. Give me a type of movie, disaster movie. All right.
I know which one you're talking about. You kept going back and forth between like, this is just super cheesy, bad writing, comedy right there, to like some very clever stuff, and it was so back and forth. It was just so much fun. Like the arguing stuff seems like that's very subtle and very like relatable humor right there. Then you get probably some of the cheesiest dialogue you could write on top of that with the circumstance happening.
You can make so many jokes.
It's just like
the jokes.
The opportunities that you've taken were so good. I really enjoyed this one. I basically have no notes for it.
I'm pissed.
I'm sorry. I know you did not aim for this to be one of your best pitches, but it's so outlandish and out there that this was not a pitch I would ever expect to hear, especially coming from you.
Yeah.
And it's just great.
No,
I love it. That's why it's so good.
That's why it's 10 times
what we expect to come from you.
Okay.
And it's just like, it's so unique and different.
Let's be honest. If I made this pitch, we wouldn't be laughing as nearly as hard.
That is true.
That's fair.
Okay? Because this is what I do on a daily.
Yeah, this is what we expect from Krais.
This is what we expect from me. But the fact that we got it from you has shown me just how far you have fallen into my corner of the
I
world.
don't think it's fallen. I think it just shows how far they would be willing to go for what,
No,
story.
I'm saying how similar you've become
Also-
like me.
also-
It's good to have you, brother.
Let's look at it like this. This really shows how much of a range of a writer you are.
Yes. Please, okay, again, please take this as a compliment. This is so fucking funny. You have no idea how hard good comedy is nowadays. Have you seen some of the shitty comedies Hollywood's being like, this? It's so fucking good. Please, I beg you. I will dress up as a clown and go sell movie tickets to this for this movie on fucking Times Square. Please, I beg you. I'm getting on my knees over here. I'm begging you.
5 hours later. At the end of the day, Krais loved it, Jack.
I'm begging you. It was so good. It was so good.
I really wish we had video for this. You know what?
Just
A few moments later.
I'm so sorry you feel like this. I genuinely,
If it wasn't, I'm happy you guys love this. But the fact that you said that this was my best one.
I didn't say it was your best pitch.
Okay.
I said it's one of your best
I know,
pitches.
you chose your words more. But
Okay.
still!
in my fucking defense, I can't feel my brain right now. Like, again, I was laughing so hard, my skull was crushing it. I couldn't feel it. I'm sorry.
Jack, overall, Jack, really good. We have no notes. I know you're not proud of it, but it was a blast to listen
I'm
to.
proud of it. It's just... It shouldn't be that...
Wasn't
Let's move on.
It wasn't the reaction you were getting, but it's the reaction you got. Krais, what do you have for us?
Jesus.
Yeah, how are you going to top that one, big boy?
Just the throwing up the hands in defeat.
I will never be that funny. I will never be that funny. My pitch are 2 pitches.
Okay.
Let's just go ahead and start it. I have to keep going. Okay, I came up with this idea. I wanted to do a disaster movie of Pompeii.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But then I looked it up. Mm-hmm. That was made recently, about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I think it had Kit Harington in it.
Yeah.
Jon Snow.
So I went with my backup plan, which I've dubbed Hawaii Hotspot.
It took me a second.
So the premise of this movie is scientists are developing a new thermal generator at the volcanoes in Hawaii, Mauna Lua. Okay, when the generator overloads, it causes a chain reaction across the island, causing lava to be spewing from all over the island. So the story follows 3 different groups across the island. Okay, the first group is a recently married couple in I can't say it. But in a town in Hawaii, as the lava starts flowing, they have to leave like their dwelling to like get to the edge of the island for rescue. Mm-hmm. The second group of people are 2 surfers who are brothers who are in Hilo, Hilo, and they're trying to get back to their family deeper in the island. Mm-hmm. And the third one, which I think is the scariest one, is a group of spelunkers deep in a cave trying to not be burned alive.
I had it. Sorry to interrupt, but I thought about having it was spelunkers and then an earthquake happened. That was my original idea.
Yeah. This is that, but with lava. But yeah, it's just a movie that, like, it goes from each group of survivors just trying to survive the island in some way, shape, or form. Because, you know, the island is being overrun by lava because of this generator. that's all I got for my first pitch. I have a second pitch.
Go on.
He's waiting.
What
is it, Krais?
Go-
I'm so
go,
excited
Krais.
to hear.
Okay. In my defense, I didn't want to do this pitch because I didn't think about this pitch. This credit goes to Austin. During the writing phase, I mentioned that I couldn't do both. And Austin goes along the lines of like fire and ice.
I said, so what did you do? You have a volcano eruption and a blizzard come in?
And then there was just a pause.
And just long pause. And I'm like, you son of a bitch, you did it. And then I'm like, you know what? You got it. You got fire and ice now.
Yep.
Yeah. So this second pitch I have is a silent movie of a caveman and a injured wolf.
What?
Going.
What the fuck is this show gone to?
This is the end of the Three Dots of Wisdom. We just died of laughter. I know it's super late, but what is going on?
I love this episode. I just want to point that out.
I'm
I'm just gonna walk back to my room. I'm gonna sit and I'm just gonna sit there.
I will say, I don't think I've cried this much in an episode.
Okay, my reasoning behind it is this is during the Ice Age, and volcanoes are erupting. Okay, it's the end of the Ice Age.
Yeah.
And basically, the two have to work together to like get to higher ground to survive. Yeah. And it's basically like man's best friend, the origins.
Yeah, that actually sounds like I'm not really big on like animal movies, but that sounds really sweet.
Yeah.
That actually sounds really good.
Yeah, and I just thought it would be better if it was like a silent film and did that focus more on like cinematography. Like some of the visuals I think would be beautiful, like stunning. Seeing this like blue deserted wasteland with lava spewing all over the place, I think that looks beautiful.
Silence or no dialogue?
No dialogue.
Okay. I was like, there's a difference there. I prefer no dialogue, honestly.
Yeah, no dialogue.
I can get behind that.
But like heavily, like a lot of different cool sounds.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes that I thought of that I thought would be really cool: a rapidly melted lake, and they're like walking on it, and then next thing you know, they're trying to swim to shore. Another one I thought was cool was scaling a cliff with the wolf strapped to his back. Another one is finishing off a dying bison for warmth. I thought that would be a really sweet moment between the man and wolf.
Luke and Tauntaun.
Yeah. Another scene would be them like climbing up this a mountain, not realizing that it's a volcano and it's erupting. So as the lava like pours down after them, they're running back down the volcano. The wolf bringing food for the man because survival is really hard at this point.
Yeah.
And then the wolf being like bandaged by the man. Basically, how the movie starts is while the man is out hunting with his tribe, he finds this injured wolf that a branch fell down and like broke one of its legs, and so it was left there by its pack. This man like went over to it and helped it, and before like it could get back to its tribe, an earthquake happened, causing like the volcanoes to start erupting, making him get separated from the rest of his tribe. So I just see it like a beautifully shot movie through over a few years as these two like work together to survive.
It reminds me of Adam Driver movie, like 600...
65?
65, yeah. It reminds me of that, but like...
Good?
Yeah. I liked it. It wasn't great, but I liked it.
It wasn't critically and financially, it was not a success. That's why I say good.
I liked it, but I would love this better, and I think that this movie would do a lot better. Honestly, your first movie, I was like, it's another disaster movie. This second one, I'm like, oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah. See, I like the second one, but I wanted to at least do the first pitch. Yeah. Because I didn't come up with the second one. Austin did. Hugh gave me the idea for it.
That's why I was a little disappointed at first, but then I'm like, as I was thinking about it and listening to your pitch, it's like, okay, I see what happens because I threw out that idea or encouraged you with that idea. You wanted to finish what you started and didn't feel like continuing it because this new idea was better. Yeah. So you just decided to split it too. And I can respect that.
Yeah. And plus, I finished the first pitch in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like, you finished that one in 15 minutes, but you could have fleshed that one out more because I was kind of disappointed once you got that one done. Yeah. But then you went into this other one and it had like a much better story in my opinion, as well as like just the general idea of making it like not a silent film,
but no dialogue.
But a film with no dialogue, but mostly visual storytelling. And I really like that.
and you said it in the past during the end of the Ice Age, which I think that is something that could be explored more. And yeah, I was just really just listening and just really trying to take in every detail of that. So you're welcome for the idea.
Thank you.
But also really good pitch, really good take on that.
Yeah, thank you.
They could like have text on at the beginning of the movies like, at this time or at the end of the Ice Age, this happened.
Yeah.
And then just start the movie. You don't need no. Doesn't have to be a single word said or shown until the credits after that. Like, I just think that's amazing, and I think that's really smart.
See, and I just think
the filming of it would be brutal though.
Yeah, I don't see it being a big ass blockbuster, but I do see it being like a hidden gem that people are like, this is a really good movie and I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like you could probably even, I wouldn't even say hidden gem. I feel like you could probably get Oscar buzz with it too.
Yeah,
just
for
kind of cinematography and storytelling.
And
just because like it's a lot of the best pictures are like unique forms of storytelling that go beyond what's done a lot more.
Yeah.
So I think you might have even written like, Jesus Christ, this is a weird episode. Jack writes a comedy. I know, not like really funny comedy that was almost unintentional with how funny it was.
Yeah.
Krais writes a freaking Oscar-worthy movie.
Yeah.
Oh, and my pitch is gonna be so awful because it's so bland.
We just kind of like rotated.
Jesus Christ.
Well, wait. What's my logic with that?
I'm usually Austin in this situation.
Yeah.
Reverse it.
I'm usually you. So I just basically said you normally write crap movies.
Yeah. I do. I honestly do.
But they're fun. They're fun movies, though. I don't know if Austin's will be fun. Probably not. It's a disaster movie.
Yeah, mine's pretty much on par with like a straight up disaster movie. And I wasn't too fond with my story, and I kind of...
So it's a disaster movie, not a disaster movie.
It is arguably my worst pitch. So sorry in advance.
All right, let's just get into it.
Yeah.
Yep, let's rip the Band-Aid off. All right, so the movie I have is called Sandstorm.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, I like this.
So as usual, it is a unique approach.
Yeah.
So it's not just plain boring, but I managed.
Yeah.
So the synopsis is an unusually large and dangerous sandstorm emerges from the Nevada desert, putting the United States into a new dust bowl. Now, a team of New York scientists must make their way across the country in order to stop it.
Okay, I never thought of Sandstorm.
Yeah.
So going into my plot points of it, the opening is a just normal thunderstorm or seemingly normal thunderstorm outside of Las Vegas. Kicks up a huge bunch of activity, and suddenly out of that, a giant sandstorm approaches. Mm-hmm. And then after that, the sandstorm grows so big that it goes into Las Vegas and completely destroys the town. Which, mind you, this is a city that's built for like this kind of stuff. From there, after the destruction of Las Vegas, the storm gets bigger and bigger, and soon it starts to cover the whole east side of the country. And soon it takes up even over New York. So in New York City, a group of scientists are trying to figure out a way to stop the storm because, sand getting everywhere is going to cause a lot of problems for asthmatic people. It's going to just damage a lot of retail. And also it's going to cause a lot more stuff. And this storm is violent. Like, it's pushing cars around.
If it destroyed a city, it's killing millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is just in the short term, too.
Yeah.
There's not even thinking what the long-lasting effects.
Yeah.
Because long-lasting effects could be the similar situation as Mount Everest erupted. Not Mount Everest. Which one's here?
Mount
Yellowstone.
Vesuvius.
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Yellowstone erupted.
This is nationwide. Climate's completely changed for who knows how long.
Think of what it
All
would do to
the
the ecosystem, dude.
Ecosystems
Like,
destroyed.
that's shot.
Yeah.
Ecosystems destroyed. Every single building's no longer usable.
God, sand is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so...
I'm never going to look at an hourglass the same way.
You know it's Kansans talking. What I hate about sand, it's coarse and
rough. Okay, Skywalker.
Darth Vader's least favorite movie of all time.
All right. But yeah, scientists figure out a way to stop this storm, and they have to take their device cross-country to the highest point in the mainland part of the United States, Mount Whitney, which is in Southern California.
didn't know that.
Yeah. So a little bit of actual research done. One of the scientists, Haley, has an asthmatic son, and
Oh,
and
shit.
What it's never shown, and when it's shown wrong.
And when it's determined, she comes up with the conclusion that because her son, which I named Liam, has no father or no one else to take care of him, she is forced to take him cross country with her.
Sorry, the fact that we both use the same name.
Oh, that is funny too.
Yeah.
So she has to take him with her and the team since they're going to California, and for some reason, because plot convenience, Northern California has remained untouched by the storm because they pushed eastward, not west.
Oh, okay. I see what you did. Yeah.
That's where. No. Move on.
As the team prepares to set off on their adventure, and keep in mind their lab is up in a skyscraper, so right before they're about to take off, the storm eventually cracks the windows, and suddenly the whole lab starting to become overwhelmed with sand. So now they have to make a quick trip down the building, and because the systems and stuff, they can't take the elevator, so they're going through a staircase trying to outrun a bunch of sand coming at them, as well as rocks and stuff because this game's gotten big. And so they make it down to the garage where they have to get into their specialized vehicles for this mission. So they drive a specialized truck and a specialized RV, which both made for the sandy terrain and to get through it. And so now they have to use those vehicles to drive through the city with low visibility and cars flying everywhere, as well as the sand dunes that have started to form in New York City.
Yeah.
So as they're going through it, they make it out of the city. They drive on and they make it to Pennsylvania before they have to stop for the night. So during the night, they all make camp and they rest in the RVs. And storm obviously dials in and out, but it's still like constant sand flowing. So that's why they're able to get out of the cars and stuff without, blowing 50 feet. But during the night, Liam wakes up and notices that the storm has started to change, and now lightning's starting to come up in it. And suddenly he notices that because of the vehicles and how they're made, it's basically acting like a conductor for the lightning. So it's getting closer to the vehicles. Noticing that and realizing that they'd have to fly, he wakes the rest of them up, and they have to start another trip. So we get a little bit of a action scene, I guess, where they're driving through the sand dunes and trying to avoid lightning hitting them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the truck doesn't make it, and it blows up, creating a nice fireball that fills up sandy night air.
Ooh, that's cool.
Then at some point in the story, they stop in Kansas and hold up in a house where, a lot of Kansas has been built into the dirt, so they were kind of made for these sandstorms because we survived it. Not we, because we weren't even born yet, but Kansas had a dust bowl almost 100 years ago, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't alive then.
I was.
Okay.
yeah, that checks out. But while they're holding the house, Liam has an asthma attack. And they struggle to find his inhaler. So it's a constant search to find that, and eventually they find it, and just help calm him back down. But because of this, they're scared. They're really focused, and that motivates them to get to Mount Whitney a lot faster. Definitely not because I ran low on time. And then from there they go on to Mount Whitney, where they have to race up the mountain in order to get up there, while some scientists do continue to not make it. And then they release the device and the storm stops. And then because of how nice and just to help with Liam's breathing, they go up to the untouched forests in Northern California. And the movie ends with Haley and Liam looking at a nice clean river.
Nice.
And yeah, that's what I had. Nothing too crazy.
Jack, do you want to go first?
Sure. So, it's a disaster movie. You relied a lot on plot conveniences and stuff. Because that's what it is. It's a disaster.
It's that's what it is, but that's why it's not one of my favorite ones, because I hate it when I go towards I have to do this convenient thing and this convenient thing.
Yeah, you had to rely on that, and I could tell. I knew that was why you.
You
started talking, I was like, this is why he doesn't like.
Yeah,
this
and that's why I kind of started losing motivation towards the end of it.
Yeah, and honestly, that kind of showed. And when you did the Jurassic City pitch, you leaned into it because it was a part of the franchise already. But yeah, so my thing.
I think the other problem with this one in particular is because it relies on a lot of science stuff. I'm a theater major.
Yeah.
I don't speak science.
I'm not a meteorologist.
I do. Sorry.
Yeah, if I want to check the weather, I'll go outside. I'll go outside with Krais, and he'll say, "Yep, I feel it in my knees."
I don't even have to go outside.
Yeah, I can just smell it in the air.
Stop calling me old.
I'm from Kansas.
Yeah.
That's my weather. Look at the sky. Oh, smell rain. All right, stay inside.
Yep. So, one, I'm glad you had an asthmatic kid in there, but then I was like, they would have. I was just thinking first. I'm like, well, he would have a nebulizer, and with him probably they wouldn't. The inhaler would be useless at this point if the aerosols. He'd need a mask. Wait, they'd all need a mask. Wait, they'd need a whole suit. It's just
that's one thing I definitely forgot to touch on. Like, obviously, they would have to.
They need
gear.
suits.
They'd be in that suit up sequence and stuff. It was just one of those things that I just overlooked.
Yeah, they'd all need oxygen too, and it just you could still have the inhaler scene for sure, but when it's to the point where sand is literally throwing cars around, as asthma's your least bit of concern. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing that. As long as you show that they're using the freaking inhaler right. I've seen one movie do that correctly in my entire life, and it's upsetting. Anyway, but one thing that I think was a big missed opportunity. Do you know what happens when lightning strikes sand?
Does it light up?
Oh,
you don't know?
Holy
Okay.
shit, you're a
I knew there
genius.
was something, but
It freezes into a glass-like thing.
that's right.
You can. I was like, that's such a big missed opportunity. I'm like,
That is-
I knew there was something. I knew that lightning caused some sort of reaction. I just let's be honest with the audience. We're recording this past midnight, so we're not thinking on all of our cylinders.
Yeah, it's called.
But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Fergalite, I think it's pronounced. Fossilized. It fossilizes it, is what it does.
You're a genius. That's
that
so cool.
That would have.
Well, he just if you knew that, you would have written a scene around that. That would have been great.
Also, are you done, Jack? I would like to add something.
Essentially.
Okay. I think you need to give yourself more credit.
Yeah.
Okay? Because, honestly, the horror of some of the stuff that you've pitched in this pitch is terrifying. Because when you started talking about sand, one of the first things that came to mind would imagine how terrifying it would be to be in a building that's entombed, and if you have to get out, you would have to dig through sand.
I think that's part of the problem is because as soon as I was done with stuff, or when I was getting closer to the end of time, I realized that I was missing a lot more of the really bad stuff that would happen. So that's one of the reasons why I moved it to New York City, is because New York's not made for sandstorms. They don't build their buildings to prevent sandstorms.
Well, you kind of did. My point is, you kind of did it with the going down the stairs. Imagine how terrifying it would be if sand just started pouring down, blocking off the bottom, and you can't go back up. That's scary as fuck. I think. How many disaster movies do you know that use sandstorms?
None that are focused entirely around that.
My point exactly. I think it's a good idea. You just need to believe in yourself a little bit more. If you had gone more into it, it would be a great movie.
The biggest inspiration behind this one was the one scene from Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol where I don't remember where he's at, but basically he's climbing one of the tallest buildings in the world, and he has to get back inside before the massive sandstorm hits, and then he eventually runs out into the sandstorm.
Yeah. So basically, I have two notes. One, yes, the sandstorm, never would have thought of that in 1,000 years. Two, I think if you had not made it a nationwide thing, you could have done. You could have worked. I think it would have been a lot easier on you, and you could have fleshed it out a lot more. Because if a sandstorm destroys, Vegas, and then is getting all the way to New York, that's wiping out the entire country. Which, if the United States got wiped out in a matter of weeks, that's detrimental to the entire world. I mean, just economy-wise. I think you made the stakes too high. I think it should have been focused on Nevada itself at the largest, and you could have really gone in depth with that. But you had a lot going on there, and it was all good stuff. The last note I have is if this was ever actually produced, I don't know if a producer would go for it because of how expensive it would be. You'd have to have an amazing script with amazing visuals, which I know you could do personally, but this pitch just without, it's if you had a couple days to really fine-tune this pitch, a 30-minute pitch with this premise,
I think
you could do it, but
I think for the benefit of this pitch,
Yeah.
I didn't focus a whole with the nature of disaster movies. Anyways, you don't necessarily go for a whole lot of the character drama, which it does help and makes the movie better. But like, I was trying to get a lot more of the natural disaster stuff in, and I feel like I didn't even do that well on that. I could have done more on that.
I just think you made it too devastating because again, wiping out an entire country, especially a superpower.
Yeah, the main reason why I did that is because I didn't like the idea of just doing it in places like Nevada and California where they have deserts and stuff. I wanted it to be more on areas that don't.
I see what you mean. Okay.
That's why like it went over to New York.
Yeah.
Because New York doesn't have deserts. They have forests. They have cities.
Yeah.
That's why it's all the way over there.
What I would do is make it go north to like Oregon or something, and not have it because there's a lot of land between Nevada and New York.
I know. I looked at a freaking map for this one. It's like, where's the tallest point? How would like that's why I picked like Kansas and Pennsylvania because I looked on where the road would have to take them.
Yeah.
And it's like, part of me wants to put it up in the Dakotas.
Yeah.
Ooh, that might be
Like
cool.
I even thought about putting it up in South Dakota and having something by Mount Rushmore. But
Yeah, imagine how terrifying a sandstorm would be in fucking Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, I just would have had it gone north, and the people could still be from New York. It just, if the sandstorm's already in New York and it's destroying their skyscraper, it's a little late. So, I think if you just changed just the direction, you could have had a lot stronger of a pitch. And also, I mean, there's still skyscrapers on the West Coast. So, yeah, overall, very original.
Yeah.
Sure. We rotated for sure. I took Krais, you took Austin, and Austin took me, I guess, for the originality. Because I always do something that's just freaking unique, whether it's good or bad. Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Really weird episode today.
Yeah, I think we lost all our energy after mine, to be honest with you.
Like I said,
Honestly.
right after, there's no way we're gonna beat that one.
Yeah.
Like, as I was doing my pitch, I looked at you two. You were both dead inside. I'm like, I'm just gonna finish this pitch. There's no point in getting too much into it.
Anyway, all right.
Well, we hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. More so in the first half of it, but
Hope you stuck around.
yeah, we hope you stuck around on this one.
If you got to this part of the episodes, congratulations, you earned a cookie.
Or
Are
you're
you gonna
just as
give them
sincere.
every, Are you giving them the cookies?
Yeah,
I will be the Santa Claus of cookies.
Okay.
You mean you eat the cookies?
No, I deliver the cookies and I eat presents.
Okay, whatever. Whatever.
Spin the wheel. What's our next?
That's right.
pitch?
That's right. Jesus Christ.
We forgot how the show works.
Alright, jeez.
God.
We're so out of it,
The
dude.
end. That's the title of this episode. The end of the Not So Wise Men.
Honestly, I like that.
Oh wait, as a disaster movie.
Yeah, it's the end of the Not So Wise Men.
Let's spin this freaking wheel.
Why? This pitch.
Jack is on the floor now.
Alright, let's spin it.
Spin it.
Create a treasure hunt movie.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Jack, you still awake down there?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Well, I thought Jack was going to do the outro for this one, so I guess I will. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, and see you next time.
There may be a video of behind the scenes of what was going on Instagram or not. If not, Austin will cut this out.
That's going to be fun knowing that's on the internet.
Wait. You guys feel that?
Feel what?
It's a tornado! Run for your lives!
What if I die?
And that was the 3 Not So Wise Men. Krais Baker, Jack Green, Austin Michaelis. And a huge shout out to Louis Trotter for making our intro music. So happy trails and ta-ta for now.